my God. Here we go. And we are live. Mi gente latina, mi gente de Hispanoamérica. We are here today. Happy Saturday, feliz sábado. Espero que la estén pasando muy bien. I hope you guys have been partying it up since yesterday was the start of Hispanic Heritage Month. Woo, woo, woo.
Woo.
And like I was already partying. I was already celebrating with all my fellow Latinos, con mis salvadoreños. I'm representing El Salvador. As you can see, I'm like, I have it everywhere today, girl.
I see it, dude. I'm like, oh, I don't have anything. I'm like, I mean, I'm probably as like culturally appropriated, like offensive as possible, but with full respect because look how gorgeous this is.
That is so beautiful. Well, tell us a little bit about that. What is that?
I was kind of hoping you would tell me that. I got this in San Antonio.
Hey, it's quite a memory. Oh,
Yeah, one of those many other memories. Actually, I got this right before the pandemic really kicked in. And long story short was, as you know, I'm a big fan of concerts. We ended up befriending a band
yes.
in Dallas, and they're like, "Hey, man, we'll give you tickets if you join us in San Antonio." So we're like, "What are you doing this weekend?" And I'm like, "I'm not doing anything." And next thing I knew, we had a weekend in San Antonio, and so we went touring. And so my girlfriend is from San Antonio originally, and so she told
That
me
is
she showed me all her
awesome.
like stomping grounds and where she did her little dance, perform like this beautiful dancing, like I don't know what's that called, the skirts, and you guys do
El
that wonderful.
folclórico,
Folklore.
right.
Yeah, yeah. So she
Folclórico
learned it.
baile típico. That's so cool. Well, see, you got friends who got your back and friends who educate you.
Well, we tried. Well, she tried. She did try. She did try. But I will say this: she's Spanish, living in San Antonio, and mixed heritage with Chinese too. The mix, so it's interesting. She's got a yeah.
Well, I mean, the whole mixed heritage is, it's popping nowadays. It's a thing because I was reading as I was learning a little bit more, in depth about Hispanic Heritage Month and its roots. How many people identify as mixed? More than one race, more than one culture, and it's fantastic because I've always been enthralled by that, right? My
Right.
daughters, they're mixed race. They're Dominican, Salvadoran. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm like, they're so beautiful. Did you see
They
the
are.
picture how they were dressed yesterday? Oh,
They were so cute. And the thing is they've got such like, you know how it is, you always covet something that you
mhm.
don't have. So the fact that they, have gorgeous curly hair, those curl I cannot curl my hair to save my life, so
Well, it's torture for both of us whenever it comes to washing day.
I'd imagine. Hey, we
Like,
all have our challenges, but
we
look,
both
just
cry.
remind the girls they have beautiful, like,
Yes.
curly hair, so you suck it up.
Yes.
Suck it up.
Yes. Pero bueno, mi gente, para toda mi gente de Latinoamérica, simplemente les quería dejar saber que hoy estamos haciendo una fiesta en grande para celebrar lo que es el mes de la hispanidad, el mes de la herencia hispana, como ustedes gusten llamarle, y quería hacerle honor a nuestras raíces, haciendo un programa básicamente en español, pero hoy lo vamos a hacer un poquito en Spanglish, porque aquí mi productora hermosa Cia también me va a ayudar a hablar un poquito más de todos los países que están incluidos dentro de la celebración. Así es que un saludo cordial para toda mi gente de Hispanoamérica, los latinos, como ustedes se identifiquen literalmente. Pero díganos de dónde son, de qué país son. Please let us know which country you're shouting out. We love to have all the inclusion possible. I'm repping El Salvador, todo el tiempo salvadoreña aquí, all my Central American and Latino friends. Please hop in the comments, connect with one another. I love it. So today, the idea is for us to be able to learn a little bit more about each country and why they make it so special. Así es que vamos, mi gente, vamos a comenzar y un saludito a todos. So, Messia, let's go ahead and roll that intro and get this party
Let's get
started.
this party started. Ha!
Hey y'all, welcome to my corner. This is your girl Raquel, aka Raki. Step into our world of connections where I'm a proud Hounds of Business Pack leader, which is a community of entrepreneurs committed to sharing positivity, growing together, and never forgetting to inject some fun. Get to know amazing people in this safe space, so come and join me in my connection corner. And dance, and dance, and dance. Hey, hey, roll. Hey. Okay, yes, that was gonna be a little bit more later on. ¿Qué pasa, mi gente? ¿Qué tal? John Martínez, saludo para ti. Happy Saturday, feliz sábado, feliz fin de semana, feliz a todo, feliz de todo. Aquí somos felices en todo. Aaron Barreiro, hey, encantado, gracias por estar aquí acompañándonos. Pero man, this is so awesome, yo. You know, one of my friends was telling me, Raquel, how do you do that thing that you switch back and forth, you know, to Spanish and English, and it's just like so easy to no sé, no sé, it just happens. It really I don't know if it's my brain, I don't know what it is, but it just flows. It really does, and, people see it as a talent. I just see it as a like, it's normal.
Well, they do say, like, different language centers, like, okay, you got your language center in the brain, but then the different, like, languages, because there's cultural attachment to language, right? So, for
Mm.
me to switch from English to Thai, sometimes I go
Mhm.
to Spanish to Thai, and I'm not even fluent in English, or I'm sorry, I'm not fluent in English or Thai or Spanish, so there you go. But no, I will sometimes will switch to Spanish in my pursuit to go to Thai, even though I learned Thai and English kind of at the same time-ish. Um but yeah, no, it's funny.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, for some languages are harder than others, but,
Mhm.
you do it
Mm.
so it's part of your brain. But you also I think you're a polyglot because you speak so many other languages, you just naturally, I think, gravitate towards learning other languages as well, which I think is hella cool.
Right, no, and that's the thing that but the problem comes though, whenever you start pulling from all those languages, you're like, "Okay, wait, this is the right way of saying this and the right" so I get confused sometimes. So that's why I said, "Hey, have patience with me," because my English is not very good looking sometimes.
I love
But
it, good
anyways,
looking. My English is not good
Claudia
looking.
Yeah, I know. Claudia Marulanda Landa, un saludo para ti especial y para toda mi gente de Colombia, el hermoso Colombia que siempre me encanta, aprendemos mucho. A Ron Baireiro, que es de México, mexicano-americano. So there's a difference, right? So we start including the American side, it's a Mexican-American. And that is the beauty that you can actually say, okay, yes, my descendants are from Mexico, but I consider myself mexicano-americano. And I love that. I love that. See, for me, I consider myself fully Salvadoran, right? But I do say I'm bicultural because I've embraced the the United States culture. So, and we're gonna get into more in detail about that. But shout out to you, Mr. Mike Asherbanner. He's always so present. I love it.
I think he feels obligated a little bit, let's be honest. He's like, "If I don't show up, I'm not gonna hear the end of it from Rocky. Rocky."
Sandra Lima, minha irmã, beijo, muito beijos para você em português. Eu falo português também, mas but today it's espanhol. You see what I did there?
I heard it. I heard it, I heard it, and you know what's funny? You don't it's if you can hear the languages, like, the tonality of it as well, like, maybe 'cause my family's from Thailand, it's a very tonal
Yes.
language that, I listen for sound, and I listen
Mhm.
for how it's,
Mhm.
emphasis
Yes.
on, like, consonants and, vowels really you can I think it helps other people learn languages if you can kinda get that sound. Some people are
Yes.
deaf to it, though, unfortunately not deaf, but it's like they just can't hear it, but that's not a problem, it's just you're not used to it.
Yes, and no, you know what I've noticed too, that when I speak English, my tone lowers, but when I speak in Spanish, it's more like, arriba, arriba. You know, the stereotypical thing. I can do that, people. I can be stereotypical.
No, no, oh, Aaron is calling it code switching, yeah,
Yes.
that's I think that you're right, and you're right. When I try to speak Thai, I I just don't have the I blew out my vocal cords, so I cannot hit higher frequency pitches or anything like that, so it's funny because the Thai language is very much high pitch. I
Yes.
think I think outside the I mean, more stoic languages, cultures, like the passionate cultures tend to go higher pitch. I wonder if it's because of higher energy. And if anyone in the comments or anyone in the comments has information on that, we'd love to hear that.
Yeah, for sure. And it's one of the things that I've always noticed, like I said, since I started learning English at the age of 9, I noticed that my tone automatically just switches though. I guess because of the intonation. I don't know what it has to deal with, but as soon as I switch to Spanish, mi acento cambia y hablo un poquito más para arriba, con más entonaciones, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? You know?
Yeah, no, okay, okay. I think you and I talked about this a while back, and I have to ask you again because obviously, with any language, when you have multiple countries, there's gonna be different dialects, different like tweaks. Obviously, there's gonna be like local community slang that's like different than the other. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so the Salvadoran language, I feel like you speak fast because I don't think I'm fluent in Spanish, but I took 3 years in school, damn it, and worked in restaurants, so I had a lot of friends talking to me. Um, I feel like you talk fast. Is that
Mm.
a Dorn, pace of language or
See,
a Raquel Flores
I
challenge?
think that's Raquel Flores' pace, just because I've pulled from so many different cultures, right? I was married to a Dominican for 10 years, so they speak fast. So I have many friends who are from Colombia, so they speak also in a different tone. I have friends from Puerto Rico, so many from Mexico. So I pull from all of them. That's why when people tell me, "Hey, where are you from?" I say El Salvador, and I'm like, "But you don't have the accent," and I'm like, "Yeah, I just don't. I really don't. I have to pull it out of me in order to do the accent, right? It's something different. But I guess it goes back to being born here. Not being born here, being born in El Salvador and coming here very young, that I was able to adapt and be flexible. So I know once I started talking to many of my friends and they felt the same way, they're like, "Yeah, I feel the same way." I'm like, "But why we never talk about these things, right? Like the whole accent thing and how I don't sound like Hispanic unless I try." I'm like, what does that even mean? so so many things.
Yeah, ooh, yeah, 100%. So I'm just, I normally don't wear the headsets like this, and I just blew up my own eardrums. Sorry, guys.
Oh no. Is
It's
that
okay.
is that because Raquel was talking too loud?
No, it's because Sia is playing with her microphone and, like, it's a little loud. I'm just gonna go back to one ear so I don't blow it out. But anyway, okay,
Yes.
so is
Oh.
Spanglish is normal, ¿que no?
Claro que sí, es
Yes.
normal. Eso es algo, ahora mismo en la sociedad moderna en la cual vivimos, yo creo que es algo muy normal, es más aceptable, aunque a alguna gente ahorita they do still frown upon it, pero yo digo, ¿sabes qué? Tú haces lo que te parezca bien y lo que te hace sentir mejor. Así es que no le pare bola a nadie. I love that. No le pare bola. Shout out to the Dominican friends who say that.
You know, hey, look, as far as I'm concerned, if we understand each other and it's been in Spanglish, like more power to everybody. We're still communicating. It actually reminds me of a video, a TikTok I just saw of a gentleman who is a polyglot, and he spent a month learning Maasai, the Maasai language out of Kenya,
Oh,
Maasai
wow.
tribe, a month.
Yes.
And then he shows up, and at first they're doing like the standard, like, oh, here's a tourist, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden he just it's a Saturday morning, right? I can say this. He goes, "I'm here to marry a Maasai woman," and all the, like, guys looked at him, and all of a sudden, they just started busting out laughing because he said it in Maasai, in their language, and then they're like, "Wait a minute, you can speak?" And it was really cool, the body language changing, everyone relaxing, and they were just
Wow.
really impressed that he took the time to learn the language. I think that's the way with Spanish as well, and any other cultures. If you travel and you speak
Mhm.
American version taught school taught Spanish, everyone appreciates it because it's like you're trying.
Yes, we do appreciate it, and I must say that. So shout out to all of those individuals who are definitely learning Spanish, knowing that English is your base. It is not easy. I commend you. It's admirable. Please keep going, just because it's such a beautiful thing to be able to speak more than one language, whatever other secondary language that is. But it's just a beautiful thing. It opens up the world to so many different possibilities and traveling, right? I know that that was the base of when I came here to this country. I was like, oh gosh, I have an opportunity. Hence, I always love languages. Siempre me ha encantado aprender los idiomas y aprender de las culturas de otros países, porque creo que en eso es donde existe enriquecer nuestras vidas, ¿no? Llenarse de regocijo, de aprender, de educarnos el uno al otro. I think it's just such a beautiful thing to do that. But how about we kick this celebration off and just beijos, mi hermana. Sandra Lima. This is so beautiful. She's from Portugal, but she lives in the
Right.
UK. So isn't that amazing? Ah, I love it. I love it. But yeah, so let's kick it off and just start shouting out our amazing countries that, what is Hispanic Heritage Month? Like, what is it that we do? Why is it celebrated? I mean, it's just so much to really talk about. So I don't want to bore the audience and just talk everything myself. So I definitely will enlist you, my producer extraordinaire. I know you don't know some of these things, but we will
We will tag
learn.
team and learn it together. All right, guys. Welcome to Hispanic
Yes.
Heritage Month.
Yes, welcome, welcome. So, as I mentioned yesterday, we're celebrating 5 countries in Central America are celebrating their Independence Day on September 15th. So that's why the month it's a whole celebration. At first, it was a week, right? Back in 1968, President Lyndon B. Johnson pretty much said it was a week that it was designated, but then afterwards, it was in 1988. It was signed by President Reagan at that point into a whole month celebration because it encompassed all the different, countries they were celebrating their independence at that time. It kickstarts with five of us yesterday. So it was El Salvador, Guatemala, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, right? And the rest, right?
We're
Mexico is
Are we gonna
today.
go down that order? Is that how it went?
Girl, no, we're not going to go in order, but
Okay.
I just wanted to say, me being from El Salvador, so it kickstarted for me yesterday. Así que para todos mis salvadoreños, feliz Día de la Independencia, el que fue ayer, y para todos mis mexicanos es hoy.
All right. So let's do this. So today, let's kick off the most important one for some odd reason. Can you explain why El Salvador would be the most important for us today? No bias?
Uh,
Okay, bias?
no bias, no bias at all, but yes, para mi gente del Salvador, feliz Día de Independencia que fue ayer, pero de igual forma lo celebramos pues, todo el mes, ¿no? Lo celebramos todo el año. I say we celebrate the whole year, but what is El Salvador known for? Like, what is it that, it makes us so proud of who we are and why we are so just I parade it everywhere I go because I just love it. Okay, so we're known for our coffee. Our coffee is very versatile. It's like robust and is able to take in all these different flavors and fragrances. So I love it. We're known for being. Even though we're such a small country, what makes it really different is the fact that we know it's volcanic. All those mountain and the beans are in like volcanic like terrains and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Also, another thing that it's ingrained in our veins when we're born with soccer. El fútbol es nuestra vida. Like we breathe soccer, like to no
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
avail. And so, I mean, we love it. We're so, especially like all Central American countries are like this. Like we are so passionate about our soccer. So shout out to everyone who enjoys and supports El Salvador. Arriba, la selecta. We're always live for you. And pupusas. Now, this you must know what they are now, right?
Girl, I will. I've had pupusas before, but you know what's so funny? Now I will always associate with the hot wings challenge.
Oh my god. I cannot believe that.
We've done made your wonderful dish part Canadian now. So there you go. Canadian hot sauce now. Purple tongue. Shout out.
If you don't know what a pupusa is, baby, you have not lived. I'm telling you. Pupusas, gosh. So we're known, that's our national dish, right? That's what we're known for. And man, it just transports you. It's one of those things that it will change your life and you'll never want to taste something else, you know? But so I encourage y'all to try pupusas anywhere. If y'all don't know, then maybe I'll have like a get together and I'll cook pupusas for everybody so they can
Girl,
try.
I'm hungry now. So if you can kindly ship them up to Dallas, that'd be great.
Girl, yes, I'll go over there and make them for you.
Dude.
But
Hey,
so another thing that we do share with other Latin American countries is the quinceañeras, the tradition of that, the woman or the girl uh, going into her womanhood at 15. I know. It's different traditions. Like here's the sweet 16, right, in the United States, but in most of our Hispanic countries, we do it at 15. And gosh, it is sealed with this ginormous, it's like almost like a wedding like celebration. Jeez, it's like so epic, right? I remember having mine and I had like a little beautiful pink mermaid dress, mermaid style dress, and the band, this is how big it was, but then I had inside connections too. The band that played at it was the best national band in El Salvador, Marito Rivera y su Grupo Bravo. Shout out to you. Thank you for making that happen. But yes, girl, it's a big deal.
no, I love it. I love it. Love it. I mean, girl, if we are not going to be the unofficial travel board for every country that we're about to list today, I don't know what is. I mean, these people need
Mhm.
to pay us. That's all I'm saying.
Seriously, no joke. But yeah, another thing that we're known for is our coastlines. Like it's a surfers' land. Like surfers love going to El Salvador just because beautiful waves and just beautiful beaches, specifically for that. So if you haven't toured, El Salvador, if you don't, it's not on your radar, man, it really needs to. Especially now that things are much better. Tourism is booming. No joke. Like seriously, and on top of that, we have really huge fauna and flora and just beautiful terrains, mountains, everything that you can think of, beaches, lakes, rivers, too many things to name. But one of the most important things, though, that I say is I always go back to why we're special. It's because of the people, mi gente. We are people like who are very loyal, kind, just we will greet you with a smile everywhere we go. And then, it's just I just love it. It's amazing. People are like, they're always say, Raquel, you are like super nice. Why are you so nice? I was like, it's in me. It's in me. That's who I am. So I will definitely tell you guys, make sure that you get some time to visit El Salvador, explore El Salvador. I am biased, of course, but it is in my heart. Even though the United States has given me so much, El Salvador will forever be in my heart. So, yay!
Yay.
I'm so excited. Okay, all right. But anyhow, oh, who's that? You can talk. Let me say,
No,
oh
you know
my
what? The
god.
passion and the excitement, like you literally, I bet you, Raquel, you could put together a El Salvador LinkedIn group, and I bet you it would be a successful
Mhm,
group because you have enthusiasm and you're just cool as all get out to hang with, as I can attest from last weekend's gathering. Um, but also, there's nothing like visiting another country from an actual person from that country and like local. You know what I mean? If you're not like
mhm,
I'm Thai, but I know people that live in Thailand. I'd be the American tourist, but there's something about when you go to another country and you are hanging out with the locals. You're not doing the tourist
yes.
traps. Now, granted, there's going to be a lot of heritage sites, for example, that are very much important, tourist sections.
Mhm,
But
mhm,
going to that local cafe or that mom and pop shop that no one only the locals know about where the food is beyond, like, amazing, and it's not and it's, quote, not on the radar of Zagat or any of those, like, tourist, restaurant rating people.
mhm.
So, um, Argentina, like, let's just start going down this list here because, um,
Yes.
I have never been is everything in South America is a bucket list. I've yet to go. I have not had the opportunity. I
Mhm.
tried. I tried many times and, have not had the opportunity. So, Argentina to me, when I think of Argentina, I just think of, just the land, like, the landscape. It's just beautiful out there, and okay, wine. Yeah, wine. I think of the wine. I love
Yes.
me some Argentinian wine. So what else do you know and have experienced? I don't have any Argentinian friends, you guys. I'm feeling like I'm at a loss here.
Yeah, no, you're not the only one. And so shout out to all the my people from Argentina, who are celebrating as well this Hispanic Heritage Month. Saludos para gente de Argentina, famosa, hermosa Argentina. I don't know many people from there, to be honest with you. I've met a couple, but what comes to my mind from for Argentina is el tango,
Oh, oh, yes,
the
of
tango.
course. Oh,
El tango, that's what comes to my mind. I remember taking classes in college and I was like, "This is so beautiful." And wine and beef for some
oh,
reason.
yes, the beef. Yep, no, I've been told the beef is very good as well. Yeah, no, because it's a very isn't the Argentina the gaucho, the like or that Brazil? Or
Yes.
Brazil. Well, I think both, right?
It
Guys, correct me.
it goes, yeah, it goes the border, crosses the border. So, yes, it does. But, obviously soccer. They have soccer legends or football. That's another thing that lives just they breed so many amazing, football players, soccer players. I'm gonna say football from now on, guys, okay? So, y'all don't shoot me. Oh, but anyhow, yes. So if y'all haven't had a chance, or if y'all know an Argentinian in your life, celebrate along with them. Just say felicidades, feliz día de la independencia, de la hispanidad. Te celebramos a ti y tu cultura. Just say that, and they'll love you forever.
Yeah, repeat that one more time. Oh my god,
I know,
girl.
right?
Okay, we're gonna have her
I,
like, what we're gonna do next time? We're just gonna have like cue cards, like, yeah, we're gonna all say it together, like, and everyone repeat after me. Okay, real quick, I totally forgot Patagonia. That is one of my huge, huge, huge bucket list. Now it just came back to me. I'm so bad. Why Argentina is such? I mean, yes, the culture is there, but Patagonia is like bar
Mhm.
none. You guys, it's almost like another world, and it's not
Yes,
like overly saturated, and it's still beautiful and pristine, and it's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, guys,
absolutely.
for those that are from Argentina or have been there, please make comments and help us and add on to the story of how beautiful Argentina. Let's celebrate Argentina. Hold on, celebrate Argentina.
Woo-hoo. Mhm.
I didn't applause. I didn't
Fantastic.
applause El Salvador. Sorry.
It's okay, we'll get it at the end.
Okay.
Well, you applaud me every day, so I applaud you for
I
that.
and thank you for allowing the applause.
Oh
So
my god,
bad. Bolivia.
Bolivia, Bolivia. Again, Another country I've never been to, I would love to visit. I don't know much about it, but gosh, if you're from Bolivia, felicidades, feliz Día de la Hispanidad. I mean, Mes de la Hispanidad. But let us know a little bit about, about your country. Educate us. I love learning. I love learning. So a little bit about them. I just think of llamas. I know I am so biased. Llamas,
Um,
llamas, and more llamas.
llamas, but hey, man, their wool is good, right? So it's warm. It's bar none like to keep you like again. Us people living in Texas probably do not understand the need for llamas wool, but it's good stuff.
Oh my God, girl. Yes. And then I believe I posted about the salt flats that last time, remember? Isn't that beautiful? It's so majestic. Like I was just like, oh my gosh, yes, I do definitely need to go there. The other thing is their rainforest. It also they're known, not just Brazil, but they're known for the fauna and flora and everything that lives within that rainforest. I just think it's fantastic. I don't know much about the food, so Bolivians, please let me know. Dígame qué comida tienen ustedes ahí que es muy rica y que yo necesito probar, ¿sí? Por favor.
Okay. Um, I'm getting hungrier and hungrier. Like when I'm sitting there listening to people talking, like everyone in the comments, like, I want to put poo poo sets now. Yeah, guys, I think we might have to do like
Yeah.
maybe, girl, we should do like have food with us the next time around, so we're eating it as we're talking.
A tour, yeah, like a culinary, yeah, tour of yes, I like that idea.
Okay, we
Vamos a hacer
we
eso.
shall we shall. And so about the salt flats and the Amazonian rainforest. Okay, so there's a big chunk. Now, granted, the forest runs across the entire continent,
Mhm.
but I think Bolivia has a really big percentage of their geography includes Amazon.
Yes. Yes, and they started shouting out, music over there at
Uh-huh.
the previous comment, Thalia, and yes, so I'm just like, "Okay." My parents almost went broke giving my son yes, yes. I said that, John, that it's just like that, people will go broke. Chile, chi, chi,
Chile.
chi,
Mm-mm.
chi,
Okay,
Chile.
can I just tell you, I had to do like multiple Google searches to double check. I'm like, why does that look Texasy to me? I'm like, okay, look, full respect to everybody in the Hispanic community, but your flags, guys, were really like stressing me out like no other. I'm like, they look a lot alike. And I'm like, I'm
Yes.
gonna offend some of an entire country because I got the wrong flag. Can you guys like change it up, please? I would appreciate it. Thank you.
I know, I totally get it, trust me, it's just like I get that one and then, Puerto Rico, and I'm just like, "Wait a second, did I get these right?" Cuba, and all of them are like, they all look the same.
They do, but hey, but they're culturally not the same at all. So let's
Correct.
talk about Chile because it's not that wide of a country, right? Like you could literally like run across it in a day or something like or in a couple hours, something, right?
Right. It's not that wide, but it is,
Mhm.
long. It is on the coast. It has the 19th, largest coastline in the world. Only 19th, 18th to Canada. Canada is the first. But yes, so it really just comes down the rim of South America on the west coast part of it. And it has so just because it's so long, right? It has distinct like weathers, terrains, and it's just so amazing. It really is. I've met many people from Chile, Chilenos,
Chilean?
okay, and I
Is it
Chileans, right? Yeah,
Chilean?
Chilenos,
Sorry.
and I love their like chant. It's like chi chi chi, le le le. Like I
Oh
love that.
yeah.
Me encanta celebrarlos a ustedes en este mes también para darles unos abrazos, unos besitos y decirles que los quiero mucho. I do have a couple of friends who are from Chile, and yeah, man, they're very proud. Like we're all proud of our own countries and what we bring and provide to the world. But anyways, so a couple of the things that we're not going to name everything, but just having that diversity in its ecosystem and just being from like what the middle of the equator to like all the way
South. I
down.
mean, dude, like yeah, to
Yeah.
the almost like the South Antarctica-ish.
Yes, I mean, it gets cold. They have
Hey,
penguins.
penguins, yeah.
They have penguins. I wanna go see the penguins out there one day. But, they gave us Pablo Neruda. Oh my god, if you don't know poetry, come on now, where you been? Pablo Neruda, the Andes.
Oh, the
Jesus,
Andes.
like,
Oh
who
man,
d
another
like, they have so much, like, vast just landscape that you can visit. So, I urge people and they have good wine too. So, there you go, you were talking about wine.
Mhm. Chilean wine is
Everybody in
good
South
too. Yep,
America.
yep. Mm.
Right? Everybody in South America really has, like, really good wine. So you can never go wrong doing a wine tour there. But I'm just
Isn't that
saying,
sad? We're like,
but
we do not want to diminish a country and your culture, but let's just be honest, your sippy sippies are divine. Thank you very much, and you may ship to us in Dallas and Houston.
right, Dallas and Houston, exactly. We're here.
We're
Send your
here.
address. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay, you
Oh
wrote
my
on this
goodness.
one, this was your slide that you worked on. Politically active people, huh? So
Yes.
are they informed, or is it their education system, or is it the culture of Chile? Like, what is it that um
Mhm. They're one of the most, pretty much educated, countries out in South America, and therefore they'd like to be activists. They like to be outspoken, and fight for the rights of people. So I love that they're politically active because they have come to change many things, right? So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that.
So, hey, anyone that's from Chile, please, please, please comment below and help enlighten us because there's so many countries here that I realize I mean, I admit I haven't gone to South America like I mentioned, but there's so
Mhm.
much humanity, there's so much history. We want to hear those stories, please, 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 because or we could like do
Absolutely.
like a whole entire like one country a month easily.
Yes.
Like it's crazy.
Yes. Okay.
Colom
Mi
can I do it?
Colom
Colombia.
yeah. Oh my god.
Okay,
Colombia. That
we say this
girl.
with respect, but those like Miss Universe contests, Miss Colombia does win quite a bit. But just the exuberance of like when they announce themselves is this hilarious to me.
I mean, Colombia. It's that pride. It's just saying your roots and just living it out in full fledged. Like, I don't know. It's just you can't explain it. No se puede explicar eso también, la verdad. Colombia. Oh my gosh. I have so many friends from Colombia. Yesterday, shout out to Cup of Joey. I met a couple Colombians there, magnificent people, amazing people here in Houston doing fantastic things. So shout out to you, Colombia. Te felicito, felicidades también en este mes de celebraciones y toda la riqueza que tú nos has brindado al mundo, all the wonderful things that you've brought to the world and given us. Arepas, Jesus. Coffee.
Oh,
I mean,
dude.
come
I
on
mean,
now.
I mean, look what
Let
I'm
me let
drinking
me
right
have a
now
sip.
is Colombian coffee. So there you go. Man alive. Like I do actually tend to prefer Ethiopian coffee because I like a little bit more of that pea berry, that fruitiness. But Colombia, though, if I need to wake my you know what up, I will go with
Mhm.
the dark roasts out of Colombia for sure.
I see, I see. And, I do have many friends, so from Colombia. So they've educated me in so many things. One of the things that it's always interesting for me is their unusual fruits. Like I was like, they were starting to name some fruits I've never heard of. And I was just like, I had to Google them, like lulo, níspero, guanábana. And I'm like, wow, like I have to go to Colombia one of these days just to try the fruits. Like, no joke.
Is that one of the fruits where it's like you have one that peels off and it's like you take it in smaller chunks, like almost like corn, you pull it off? I don't know what it's called, but I've seen. I don't know if that was out in Asia or South America. That's the other thing, you guys. Uh, Fruits out of the equator area, like man alive, it's like a
Mhm.
foreign, like another like world. How interesting, how diverse a lot of the fruits are. Oh, now you see, I'm hungry.
We're gonna girl, you gonna stay perpetually hungry because we're gonna be talking about food the entire rest of the program. But let's move it along though.
Okay,
But Colombia,
Colombia, thank you.
I mean,
Wait,
salsa dancing, music, people are just so amazing. I love you. I celebrate you. Los quiero mucho. Gracias por su apoyo. Yay!
we didn't applause the other country. I'm just gonna say the applause is gonna be alternating, so it's not every single one, so it doesn't get like like graduation. Billy Joe, Mary
I
Sue.
know, right?
I mean, okay, Costa
Costa
Rica,
Rica. Oh my God, now we're gonna do it. Pura
Vida.
vida, mi gente. Oh my God. So I actually lived in Costa Rica, so I can speak about this. Oye, mi gente, ustedes son una lindura. Ustedes, mira, para mí Monteverde fue como tocar el cielo, tocar literalmente a Dios casi. Monteverde for me was such an emotional experience. I was able to literally like just, I don't know, disappear from the world. It's like touching heaven.
Mm.
I almost felt like that, but the people are so kind, and we speak the same language. Just the food is almost similar to El Salvador, and it just I don't know, man. It was just so beautiful. I did my first scuba diving trip there,
Ooh.
in Playa Flamingo, right? And it was just beautiful. Costa Rica is such an amazing country. So I, yes, I can speak about the rainforest and the mountains. I can speak about all that. The pura vida way of life
Yes.
that defines you guys. Ustedes son un amor, tienen una riqueza tan grande en su país. That's why people want to move to your country all the time. No joke.
Dude, 100%. Oh, we went and
Mhm.
visited as well. It was actually our first country that my boyfriend wanted to go to because we were thinking about moving there actually, and, we went to Arenal, and of course you gotta get everyone hits up Tamarindo, but I
Yeah.
loved Arenal. I, like, loved and I was bummed out because,
Yes.
it's dormant. So I was like, "Oh, no." It's a beautiful mountain.
Yes. No, I mean, Arenal it was hot when I went there, but just the beauty of it, just being in the presence of something like that is just so majestic. And going back, El Salvador has many. We have two active volcanoes, and that's why we get so many earthquakes, right?
Dude, okay, look, when we were looking up the stats for each country, everyone's like, "We boast 30 volcanoes, we burst 4." I'm like, "Hey, hi, how about you guys are on the Ring of Fire?
Right.
You guys are all of the volcanoes." Like, that's how you were built.
Yes, yes, no, for real. So that I've never experienced an earthquake, and oh Jesus, but
Oh, you haven't?
my parents, no, my parents did, and they were like, it is crazy. Like you don't want to go through this. So yeah,
I'm
no,
from
no, I
California,
definitely
it's
don't want.
kinda like we're used to it. Like, you kinda feel like, "Oh, wait, I'm getting a massage. Oh, the earth is massaging me today. Okay, okay, we move on."
Girl, Earth is massaging me. That's the first time I've ever heard put like that. Pero bueno, Costa Rica, felicidades para ti, un abrazo. Gracias por haber sido tan acogedor conmigo cuando estuve por allá y disfruté de literalmente de toda su belleza. Así es que muchas gracias y felicidades a ustedes, mis costarricenses y pura vida.
Woohoo!
Applause.
Oh,
Oh,
you want
we're
me to do
applauding
applause
now.
again? Okay.
Oh my
I
gosh.
know,
Yes, yes. I
I
love
know.
it. I
So,
love it.
I will say this one thing about, Costa Rica. Um, I some folk, here's okay, let's talk about elephant in the room about all countries, even the United States, okay? Uh, when I
Mhm.
went to Costa Rica, they had warned me, "Hey, be careful. You're in the cities. There's going to be con artists and whatnot." I gotta tell you, man, when we spent the night in San Jose, we arrived, and of course, for us on our trip, the day we arrived, my boyfriend gets freaking strep throat, and like the healthcare in Costa Rica was amazing. Like, I don't know what people say,
Yes.
but we walked in, sat in, and he got help, and it was like $13 later, we're out, and I'm sitting there going, "I'm sorry, what?" Like,
Yeah.
"What?" He had all the
Yes.
meds and everything. We felt safe, maybe we were in the right areas, but, uh, us traveling from the, quote, "nice area" to the
Mhm.
hospital, we went through some rougher parts, and, it just it was nice, like, everyone was nice to us, so I just
Mhm.
wanna give
Mhm.
heads out, yes, you have to be aware of your surroundings, but, again, people are people, and if you treat each other kindly, everyone's gonna be kind in return, so I just wanna say shout out Costa Rica, people told me San Jose was horrible, I loved my time there, so thank you.
Yes. No, I totally get it. Very safe.
Alright,
Ooh.
next up,
Hi, Renee. Ay,
Cuba!
Dios mío, Cuba. Ay, para mi gente de Cuba, un abrazo. Never had the opportunity to actually visit. Hopefully one day I will. Pero esta es la tierra donde nació la salsa. What is something so deep in my heart, man. I love salsa, salsa dancing. It just does something to me. And literally, Cuba is responsible for it, along with Puerto Rico, but Cuba takes the cake in this. I mean, ustedes tienen digamos, la mejor música, la cultura más enriquecedora que yo en mi vida había visto. Felipe Cofiño, un abrazo para ti, mi hermano, mi tío.
Is he wait,
I said tío.
Felipe is Cuban? Oh, I
Yes,
didn't
Cuban
know that.
American.
Sorry, Felipe.
Yes. Yeah, Felipe, un abrazo para ti. Felicidades también en este mes de la hispanidad, de la herencia hispana. My gosh, I one day I yearn to go, like no joke. El cigars, what is it? Mark Reed, shout out to you and your cigars.
Don't
He
remind me, I
wants to
gotta
go.
freaking figure out how to ship to Japan. I'm like, I don't Benita, I need your help on how to ship, like, internationally. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. El cafecito. Ay, el cortadito de café de Cuba, Dios mío, no se puede vivir sin eso. O sea, me encanta, me encanta. Every
Mm.
time I like travel to like Florida, I was like, un cortadito, un cortadito. They give us a little
Yeah,
coffee.
yes.
Yes, ropa vieja.
So, okay,
Mm,
politics
mm,
aside, there is something very beautiful in the fact that there's so many classic cars, right? So again, I'm not talking politics, people, because we
mhm.
know why, but the fact that the Cuban population restores and keeps these cars so beautiful. It's just like you're almost like lost in time combined with the architecture.
Yes,
It really does feel like you're going in a truly magical place. And again, I'm sorry, Cuban food is like freaking delicious. So again, going back to the
yes.
food, man, the music.
Yes, there is a place here in Houston, they do oxtails
Mm.
to
Mm.
die for, like heavenly, and I'm just
Mm.
like, "Yeah, I'm going there. I'm going there." It's Cuban. So, shout out to you, mi gente cubana hermosísima, you're like the biggest population. I think they're like their second biggest population here in the United States, que son latinos, que son hispanos y que representan muy bien a sus raíces y todo lo que su cultura nos trae, nos enriquece mucho todos los días. Así que felicidades a ustedes, los quiero mucho y, hey, party, let's go party this whole month. They party all the time. So.
I don't know that. I'm not going to make the assumption, but I know who does party.
Party, who parties? Who tells us
Hello,
party? Oh my
hello,
gosh. Ustedes los dominicanos me vuelven loca. That's how they say it.
girl.
No, see, that one I can embody. I can definitely talk Dominican. So, uh, mi gente República Dominicana. She said that, remember?
Yeah.
Los quiero muchísimo. Ustedes han sido como un segundo hogar para mí. Ah, mis hijas son mitad dominicana, el papá es dominicano y literalmente yo he vivido lo que es la cultura de ustedes. La llevo dentro de mi corazón. You guys are so like just happy and lively all the time.
Mm.
And we're over here like, how can you just keep it up? Yo, like seriously. And when you think they're arguing, they're actually not. They're just loud. They're just vivacious.
we, we have a buddy of ours when I worked at Sonical, and he's like, "I'm Dominican," and I'm like, "Are you really?" I think he was American born, but he was like definitely. When we gave him a couple sips of iced tea, let me tell you, that guy like turned into like an Energizer bunny. I love him to death. Jose,
No,
love you, man.
yes, we vibe. So para toda mi gente de República Dominicana, los quiero mucho. Gracias por darnos un lindo tesoro al mundo, literalmente, con lo que es su comida, la música. Oh, the music, girl. Like, I'm Salvadoran, but I think I may have been Dominican at one point in my life because bachata
Oh.
and merengue just hits different.
Oh, is that so? Dominican Republic is the home of merengue.
Yeah,
Oh,
merengue
nice.
and bachata and perico ripiado, which is the more the traditional one. So they do know how to dance, Felipe. They know how to dance. I'm telling you that. And so that's why for me, it's just like when I met the dad and I just fell in love with the culture. And there you go. Now I have two kids, who are Dominican Salvadoran. They get to be able to pull from the best of both cultures. I think, and it's just fantastic. They're known for their baseball, así que todos los peloteros que están allá, todos los niños que juegan, saludos para
Oh.
ustedes, que celebren muy bien y celebren rico, como ustedes saben. A ustedes no se les tiene que decir cómo ustedes tienen que hacer la fiesta, porque ustedes ya la traen dentro de ustedes. Eso es lo que digo yo. Like, they know how to party. I don't have to tell them to go party. They party every day, all the time.
Well, speaking of parties, I gotta ask, like, anyone that's been to Dominican Republic and they've been on the peak of Pico Duarte, I would love to see pictures
Mm.
because I cannot begin to imagine how gorgeous that would be on an island, just looking out and seeing the ocean and just the distance. So I would love if anyone has any pictures to share, I would love to see it. Okay, Felipe, this is a big thing here.
Ay,
Look at this.
plátano
I know
maduro.
it's good
Ay, Dios
too.
mío. See, I'm gonna go cook some after this, so I'm telling you. But the best beach that I've ever been to in my life was in Samaná, Playa Rincón. So if you guys want to check it out, but that again, this was years ago. But it was another world. It transported me. It took me out of here, and I was just like, yes, I love it. So, shout out again. Yeah, applause to
Mm.
that one. Yes, I have to applaud that one. Okay, we're gonna learn with this one, both you and me. Ecuador. Mi gente de
Ecuador.
Ecuador.
Okay,
Ecuador.
food.
I have to definitely say, I don't know much about Ecuador. So let's learn together what really contribution have been. And I know, that they have so much richness in their cultures and the heritage that they provide for the world. So, yeah, take it away, Misia.
Yeah,
Let's
no,
learn.
okay, first off, as everyone knows, there's amazing biodiversity in Ecuador. Okay, so it contains 10% of the
Mhm,
world's flora and 8% of the fauna. So to me, that is huge. That tells me if there is anything that's catastrophically goes wrong over there, it's going to affect us globally. Because when you have that much
mhm,
vegetation, that's a lot of oxygen and carbon dioxide absorption. We just got to keep Ecuador precious. And then, of course, as we talk, I'm not being political, but a lot of these countries in general, right? There's so much
mhm.
natural habitat that actually helps regulate Earth. That if we produce things that we need in life, as a technology driven society, we just got to keep remembering that we've got to replenish, right? So, if we're going to use it, we're
Yes.
going to use it. We just got to make sure we replenish in a way that can sustain itself because there's going to be a time where we don't want Wally, right? So, the Ecuador is, I guess, they say that it's rich. It is not the home of the Inca civilization, but the Inca civilization's huge, right? And so, much of Ecuador's history does have a lot of great temples and sites, etc. So again, it's this is what I would call Ecuador is a country that is if you are an eco tourist or one that likes geology and geography and archaeology. I think Ecuador would be one of those like unsung heroes. We don't talk about it as much.
Mhm, mhm. No, for real. And see Jessica Colon, she's saying Galapagos, right? Middle of the world equator, amazing food. Amazon food is amazing. I've never heard of Amazon food. I
I
I need to
I
learn.
need to do
Yeah.
well, I'd imagine it'd be probably exotic to us, right? Because I mean,
Yeah.
we don't know half of it. I mean, they haven't even mapped out all the forests. I mean, like, they know of, but there's, like, so many species undiscovered and undocumented still, so and I kinda hope
Mhm.
so. There's populations of
Yes.
people that we are not touching, so I really hope we don't
Yes.
and leave them be. So, yeah,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
Ecuador, I apologize, I don't know as much about you, all our Ecuadorian friends, please, or those that have visited, all I've heard, from all my friends is you go there because you're an eco tourist and you just want to
Mhm.
just enjoy what life was like without us human interact or like really screwing it all up. That's all I'm
There
saying.
you go. There you go. And it's a beautiful, tribute to the effort that they have going as in general as a country to, keep it like that, keep it that way and preserve it. So shout out Ecuador. Felicidades. Another one. Now, this one to me, it boggles my mind. Guinea Ecuatorial. Saludos para ustedes, el único país en el continente africano que habla español. ¿Ok? Y celebra también el mes de la hispanidad con nosotros. Así que felicidades a ustedes. He conocido literalmente 2 personas de Guinea Ecuatorial y son unas personas tan maravillosas, un lindo corazón. They are so kind. I've met, in college, I met two people from Ecuador, Guinea, and they were just the kindest, sweetest souls ever. But it's so odd to just learn that it's just one country out of all those countries in the continent, right, of Africa, they speak Spanish. I thought that was mind
I
blowing.
when you included Equatorial Guinea, I'm like, you realize I'm like, I know I'm American and all that stuff, but I actually know my geography. So this was really fascinating. I had no idea.
Yes, yes, and to me, like I said, it speaks to the richness and how we can definitely be so diverse, yet be united with one language. I just thought it was fascinating sitting down with them, back in college and talking about the different dishes, the foods, and the customs and all that. It's to me, it was amazing, and they are highly educated. They really are, and their country is so rich in so many different, just different things, different. What can I say? Tourism, um, just minerals. They have so many things there. But yeah, I was like, I am shocked. But it is interesting to learn about these things.
I mean,
Geography,
okay, look,
right?
I mean, we shouldn't be shocked that there are languages in Africa that is Spanish, obviously English, right? Like that just goes with to the whole I mean, elephant in the room on that is colonization, right? Colonialism, there's
True.
a mixed history obviously with that. And it's not to diminish the history, it's to simply acknowledge that look, these things have happened it has actually blended cultures in a way of what we're seeing today, right? So a lot of what we see in uh, Hispanic heritage is a mix. There is the indigenous population that is very rich, as well as the European history that kind of blends right in. So I would love to hear the feedback, everyone. For those that are, I think everyone has said, "Oh, I've got some level of indigenous in me." And I was actually watching. Guys, I'm into genealogy, so I watch like Who Do You Think You Are and all that stuff. I read all the DNA tests out there, and guys, we are always a smorgasbord. No matter how like 100% you think you are, there's just one gal that she's like, nope, I'm 100% indigenous. There's no mix, and then boop, she had like a 2% like Iberian or something like that. I'm like, yeah,
That is random. Iberian.
well,
Okay.
Spanish, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I mean, it's like I said, to me, it's all interesting. Just learning of all the different mixtures and just diversity. It's just
It
amazing.
is.
It's just amazing. Oh my gosh.
Guatemala.
Okay. Guatemala, mi gente tan hermosa de Guatemala que tiene tanta riqueza en su cultura, tantos dialectos que ustedes tienen que a mí me sorprende. Pero lo que más me encanta de ustedes es bueno, un shout out para Dimitri Ortiz, que vive es de guatemalteco, y va a estar en mi show en un par de semanas, así que shout out para ti y felicidades en este mes de la hispanidad también. Pero una de las cosas, uno de los aspectos es la humildad de ustedes, que siempre preservaron la cultura y nunca han dejado que otras fuerzas del exterior les permitan perderlas. Así es que los quiero muchísimo y felicidades hoy en este mes de celebraciones. But one of the things that I was saying is how untouched their culture is. That they haven't allowed the outside influences to just I guess mar their authenticity, their just everything that they're about. 21 dialects up to this day, and they survive. Like it is to me is mind blowing.
Yeah. No, I mean, I did not know that 21 dialects. I mean, it's not a big country. It's like, but that tells you how rich the culture is there, like so much history. So, Tikal is on my freaking like go to like visit. I've always wanted to.
Yeah.
There are other areas too to look at and enjoy, but I did not know that it was the first UNESCO World Heritage Site that
Mm.
that was for Guatemala. I think it's beautiful. I mean, it's
Mhm. And they have great coffee too.
yeah, I know.
You hear about
I
that,
know.
but no, sí que, I mean, just, congratulations to you, Guatemala, y toda la gente de ahí que está celebrando este mes. Así es que todos unidos siempre vamos a estar bien. So,
Oh,
aplauso.
applause. By the way, the first ever chocolate bar. I just want to go on record. This is why I love you guys, because I think you guys also have that really good chocolate, like coffee, like that. It's like a what's it called? It's like hot chocolate, like literally hot chocolate, not with American style with milk and all that. But anyway, I think that's in Guatemala. Yeah, no.
No sé cuál es. I don't know which one
Hey
it is.
man, peoples, we need you to like
Yeah,
let us know. For
I know, right? I know, right? Ay, ay, ay. Honduras,
Honduras.
nuestro. Si ustedes se consideran nuestros enemigos, pero los queremos. They're like, there's always between this rivalry between El Salvador and Honduras, and it was just like, no, especially in soccer. Oh gosh, when it comes to football, we're like, we're gonna kill each other. But no, not really. But la gente de Honduras, my goodness, I have so many Honduran friends, and I'm always amazed with the culture, especially stemming from the Garifunas. My gosh, they have what's called sopa de caracol. My mouth is like watering already. But not just the delicious cuisine that is stemmed from the African roots mixed with the Caribbean, and they came with this music punta. I'm like, oh my god, they're so rich in the traditions, so rich in culture, and so rich in heritage. Like, and obviously you guys are good at soccer too, but I love it. Beautiful beaches. I've never been, and this is a shame.
So actually, my boyfriend and I are looking at some point to retire out of the US, and we looked at Honduras, and
Roatán,
Guatemala
girl.
actually. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely a beach person, and I'm like, which country has the least amount of bugs eating me alive? That's the one I want to go to. And then I was talking to another friend. They're like, yeah, you're not a beach person. Like tropics is not for you. And I'm like,
No.
well. I guess I'm not. I can't. Did you not see all
Yeah,
the bug bites on me last week? Like,
I
they come
did.
to me.
Yeah, because you have sweet blood, as we say. Tienes sangre dulce.
Mhm. 'Cause I'm so
But
damn
yeah, no,
sweet.
Dennis Layton, Pura Vida, he's saying sopa de caracol, eh, guatanericon. So that's a song that's like one of the national songs to Honduras.
Which one?
That is punta. Sopa de caracol.
You
You wouldn't
okay,
know.
girl, I am, like, still trying to catch up from everyone else's comments, like, that were behind, and you're going through the actual, like, I'm glad you're doing that because I'm hella behind. So, okay, Honduras. Okay, so you guys I did not know that you guys had a rivalry like that, though. So is it like a friendly rivalry, or you're like, "No, we really don't genuinely enjoy
We
each other's
will.
company?"
We will. Yeah. No, so that's the thing. When it comes to comparing the culture and everything, we share so many similarities, and especially cuisine and music. But when it comes to the sports, oh man, we are cutthroat,
Mm.
like no joke. But we'll talk to you afterwards. But during the game, don't talk to me.
Okay, I forgot, and I probably should mention this. So, as a foreigner American, I did not understand the Inca and Mayan populations. They're actually physically different, like physically separated locations until I was in college, you guys. I'm so sorry, full disclosure. And I'm sitting there learning it, and I actually ended up taking extra classes because I was so fascinated by the Mayan history. So, that was another reason why I'm very attracted to Honduras, is because um, just I don't know why it was Mayan specific that I was attracted to versus the Incan populations, but, maybe I don't know, it was just a shout out there, so, I thought I would just throw that
Yeah.
up out there.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We're all learning. We all learn as we go through. But yeah, shout out Bess Rengifo. Dice su esposa es de Guatemala. Saludos de nuevo. Oh my God. Y viva México. Viva. I will
Oh,
not
wait,
do the grito.
wrong one. I did not mean to do that,
I
Mexico. Mexico.
I was gonna do the grito, but I don't want to blow your ears out, girl.
Well,
So,
if you
but
do it, like, go, like, away.
no, I don't. I'll do it at some other occasion, not some other time. But yes, México lindo y querido, si muero lejos de ti, que digan que estoy dormido y que me traigan aquí. Ay, okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
have to.
I That was not a good rendition, but I tried. But México, qué lindo eres de todo corazón. A todos mis amigos mexicanos les deseo un feliz día de la independencia, que es literalmente hoy, después del grito de anoche. Entonces, gracias por todas las contribuciones que ustedes han brindado al mundo. Nos han dado una cultura tan dinámica, una comida tan rica. O sea, la música ni se diga. Ustedes han sido uno de los pioneros que nos han dado una voz en el mundo a todos nuestros latinos. Así que muchísimas gracias por todo lo que siguen haciendo hasta hoy en día, por mis amistades mexicanas. And shout out to again to Cup of Joey and Enrique yesterday. He's the CEO and founder of Blue People. We took a picture together. He had the sombrero and I had the Salvadoran dress. So that was really nice. So I'll post that later today. But gosh, I cannot even say anything. I'm just we are so blessed to have so many aspects of Mexican roots,
Mhm.
the Mexican traditions here in Texas, in Houston. Like you see it everywhere.
I mean,
Comenzando con los tacos. I'm just like, oh my God.
girl, we live in Texas, okay? So we are once part of Mexico. So in Mexico, like we are Mexicans, right? So yeah, no, I do love. So I got this wonderful flower. I don't know what it's called, my fellow Mexican friends, but I got this in San Antonio and Fiesta, right? That's the big celebration, I think, or one of the big celebrations. I'm totally screwing this up. Anyway, um, the heritage and the culture of Mexico is so
Mm,
intertwined with Texas history, Texas
yes.
pride. I mean, it's like intermixed. Like my Texan friends do not disseminate or they don't differentiate like the food roots. They're like, no, it's Texan. It's what's it called? Tex-Mex. Like they're like, no, it's part
Tex-Mex.
of it, and it's part of their pride, and yeah, you don't mess with that. So, Mexican
Yeah.
influence is huge, even in California, where I'm from.
Mhm.
We love our neighbors to the south, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mexico definitely has been one of the biggest contributors to well, they are like the top number one Hispanic group in the United States, in Cali, here in Texas, as well. So thank you so much for allowing us as other Hispanic culture, countries, to have a voice. With your definitely with you leading the charge. I mean, it's amazing. So thank you guys. You guys are
Okay, so
amazing. Mexico, los quiero.
if I may
Mhm.
make a comment here, so Abdelhamid Brara, your comment is ginormous, and if I try to do it, I think it's gonna cut it off. But if you guys like can kind of like the recommendations here are like to die for. I love it. So everyone in the comments, try to scroll up and read. I'm trying to say your name, and I apologize. Abdelhamid Brara. Brara.
I think you did
Um,
fantastic.
the great recommendation, guys. Check it out. There's a lot of really good good tidbits in there. So thank you very much for contributing. That's really hella cool. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, aplauso.
Oh,
Applause a la comunidad. I love it. I love it. I love it. Y el siguiente es Nicaragua. You know so similar all the Central American flags are. They're so similar.
I was scared. I know.
But
I like triple checked this one. I was like, I thought I saw this one already. Okay.
oh my gosh, so mi gente de Nicaragua, otra vez les digo felicidades en este mes de la hispanidad. Estamos celebrando. I've actually been to Nicaragua once, actually, when my ex used to play there for El Boer. Baseball is a huge thing. I would have never known that until I learned this back in the day. But yes, El Boer, that's in the capital. But baseball is a huge thing as well as soccer.
Baseball.
But béisbol, la pelota, mi gente. That's how I learned it. But yeah, so Nicaragua has many similarities to El Salvador. That's why I just felt like I was back home when I traveled and I saw it. The biggest difference is the size of the country. I mean, El Salvador is like a tiny size. It's roughly the size of Massachusetts compared to Nicaragua, and like humongous, right? And they're surrounded by so many lakes, so many volcanoes, and the people are so nice and kind. That usually defines and describes Salvadorian, I mean, Central American people in
Mhm.
general, but Salvadorans and Nicaraguans have that too. So, yeah, Nicaragua is super rich in history, and you speak the same language, and it's just
There's
amazing.
7 languages.
Mhm.
I did not know that, and, actually, I still have it on the notation. I did not understand when you say 7 languages. It's because of the indigenous population, right? And, I think it's freaking cool. Again, 7% of the world's biodiversity. I mean, okay, guys, Nicaragua is not that big, in the grand scale of Earth, and if there's 7% of our biodiversity, I mean, again, it's just, Nicaragua is another location that we're investigating, and, uh
You and mosquitoes,
but that's my
you really
problem.
are gravitating.
I have big problems with mosquitoes. I don't know what to do. I've been trying. My mom's like, "Yeah, maybe you should bathe more frequently." I'm like, "No, it's not that, mom." Anyway, okay. So Nicaragua, shout out.
Yes.
Woohoo.
Woohoo, good job.
All right. So
Who's next, madame?
Panama.
Panama,
I feel so
Panama,
bad for Panama
Panama.
because I'm sure they're like, "Why do Americans keep saying our name that way?" Panama,
Panama.
Panama.
Oh my
Sorry.
gosh. Well, Panamá, mi gente linda, hermosa de Panamá de nuevo. También felicidades a ustedes por el día, bueno, perdón, el mes de la independencia, celebrando el mes de la hispanidad también. Y ustedes han sido uno de los países que pues nos han ayudado a nosotros a lo que es traer el norte y el sur de las Américas. Nos han ayudado a básicamente combine everything or be the bridge, like that says, between the North and South America.
Mm.
Um, via Panama Canal, right?
Mhm.
Do you know much about that?
Well, okay, so, I know it from the Panama Canal, but I also know back in the day when I was a history major, some of the diplomacy that the United States and, the history on that. So again, no comment, no comment, no comment. All I'm saying is Panama is a very unique and beautiful country, and, Carnival. Yeah, I did not know there was a big
Eh,
carnival, over there. So talk to me
yes.
about that.
De Yes, they know how to party. Imma tell you that. I remember seeing how they represent the country and all the vibrant colors in their attires and just the foods and the way they celebrate. It's just so passionate. I mean, all of us are very passionate about our own countries, but Panama is just so distinct in that. I thought Brazilian Carnival, it
I thought
was
that was it,
it.
yeah.
Panama, yo, like, they will leave you it'll be like, "What? Who? Hold my beer."
Ah,
They'll go like that type. So, mi gente de Panamá, ustedes sí saben divertirse y celebrar a lo grande, así que felicidades también. One thing that I thought was very interesting was, the 2 independences that they have. The first one from Spain in 1821, and then from Gran Colombia after they left Spain, everybody was Colombia, so they claimed their independence in 1903. So I didn't even know that. So this is something new for me to
okay,
learn.
what is
But yes,
pichime?
chicheme is a drink that they have. So it could either be, from what I know, it could be drank cold or hot, because they do have cold weather, semi-cold weather, not
Because it's
northern cold
hilly,
weather.
right? It's more
Yes,
mountainous than I think
yes.
people realize. Yeah.
But in the summer, it's a refreshing drink. It's like with oats, so and cinnamon and sugar. But yeah, so it kind of reminds me of like my horchata, my version of horchata, but less. It's thicker than horchata.
Okay.
So yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, that's what I
Here
remember of it.
here's one other thing that totally messed me up, 1,400 islands. No idea. I had no
Yes,
idea. That right there is
the
blowing me away.
water, I mean, mass that it covers, it's like literally extent like a lot. So there's so many different little islands there. No, I'm assuming like there are like 5 that are major islands that have been, just they traveled it and discovered things, but there are other little ones that they haven't just yet. So it'll take a lifetime for them to go and explore.
No, oh, okay,
Yes.
yeah, okay, so, okay, total aside, if anyone you know what, horchata is, like, such an interesting drink because the first time I had it, I'm like, "I'm sorry, what is this thing made out of?" And as an Asian, like, I'm like, "My rice should never be sweet," but then I'm like, "What a hypocrite. I eat the sweet sticky rice, so never mind. I'm
Mhm.
gonna move on to the next topic here because girl,
Yeah.
we
And
could talk all day."
arroz con leche, we have that one too, which is milk
Ooh.
with rice, but it's just like a porridge. Gosh, okay, I'm gonna go get
Oh,
some
I'm
after
hungry.
this.
I'm
I
hungry.
know. Paraguay.
Paraguay.
Yes. So this is another one of those South American countries I don't know much about, right? Because it gets lumped into like Uruguay and all the other, and so you get lost and you don't get to learn the distinction between all those different countries. So Paraguay, I mean, you have the world's largest water reserve. So yay, thank you.
No, it is
Thank
no,
you.
they said it could serve up to 200 years, water reserve. That's how huge it is. The fact that it is a, landlocked, but it has the world's or the largest navy of any landlocked country in the world, that means it's got a larger navy than Germany,
Mhm.
right, guys?
Mhm. I
Germany's
mean,
landlocked, right? I'm pretty confident it is, I have to remember. Pretty confident it is.
don't ask me about Europe. I know nothing.
I'm just saying, and, okay, so here's the other thing, I did not know it was called Corazon de Sudamerica?
Oh my gosh, look at you rolling
Sudamerica,
with
uh-huh.
me, huh? El corazón de Sudamérica.
Heart of
Yes,
South
the heart of
America.
South America. It's amazing. So, yo saludos para la gente de Paraguay. También felicidades en este mes que estamos celebrando la independencia. Déjenos saber un poquito más de su país para que nos orienten, nos eduquen y ya, así cada uno nos dice un poquito más de sus raíces. Just let us know a little bit more of Paraguay if you're from there. Shout out to you. I think it's fantastic to learn about all these countries that we sometimes don't even get to mention on a daily basis because we focus on the ones that are kind of like closer to us as opposed to further down.
Because we're Americans, we don't travel, girl. Okay, the thing about one thing I wanna say that they're a bilingual nation, but they speak
Mhm.
Guarani Guarani
Guarani.
Guarani, and it's one of the few South American countries to keep its native tongue as an official language. So,
Yep.
the other thing I thought was really hella interesting is that, Guarani
Guarani.
Guarani is also an
Mhm.
onomatopoeic language, meaning that the words imitate natural sounds of animals and the surrounding environment, like music. So
Amazing.
African languages are onomatopoeic, a lot of them. And so I think that's
Mhm.
really a great reminder that South America was attached to Africa at some point, if you were to believe in
Yep.
the Pangea concept. So yeah, no, I think it's really cool that Guarani is still an official language. So it's really hella cool to keep your
Look
heritage.
at you. Look at you.
But
I'm learning through you, girl.
I'm learning through I think we're all learning together, man. This is like freaking hella cool.
It's amazing. Peru,
Peru,
la
Peru.
Peru, el Peru. Oh my gosh, people from Peru. I've never been. God, I really want to go one day. I don't even know what to say, but Peru is just so majestic, enchanting. The people are just one of the sweetest. Like they're so I the food. I have so many people, friends in college that I knew from Peru, and they were so proud of their heritage. They were just so proud of everything that that Peru has given to the world. Um, Obviously, we're not talking about over there like the landscape that they have, but just in a sense with the food, the music, everything. I don't know. I can't even talk, girl.
I've never been to Peru, so I have no idea other than the fact that, it's the Incan Empire was like isn't that the home of the Incan Empire down south, down there first, and then
Mhm,
kinda moved up? And then the Aztec
mhm.
and then the Mayans over to the east. Yeah, so it's larger
Yes.
so the Incan Empire was larger than the Imperial Rome at its peak. I mean, you guys just the idea of how expansive you go from North America to South America, right? So, I mean, that's huge swath of north to south longitudinal, geography.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
100%,
And shout out to our resident Peruvian, Stephen Eng.
right?
He's Chinese Peruvian, which I'm just like, like you gotta explain that one, fool, because it's so interesting to me.
Grandma's Peruvian, I think.
Okay, so but just the richness, just imagine that Chinese culture with Peruvian culture, which Peruvian culture in sense is already like, so rich and vast and comes from like eons of years. And just to think about that, so Steven, I would love to get your take on just how you've grown up and adapted to both, and how you vacillated between both, or just embraced both cultures. Because I just think it's so rich.
It
Look,
is.
I love it. Shout
Hey
out to
man,
you,
there's
Steven.
a saying, man, you mix bloods, it just makes you a richer person, and I 100% fully agree because it gives you double the opportunity or quadruple but well, look, I got a lot of mutt friends, infinite opportunities to learn other cultures. So here's something about Peru that I find fascinating because it's very similar. And yes, I'm going to put my tinfoil hat because I have been listening to conspiracy theories lately, but I'm leaning towards it, which is this: they designed aligned their streets to match the stars at certain points of the year, okay? Think about this from a cultural perspective, all they had was the stars to look at, and so if they lined up their streets for those times of year, etcetera, that tells me that a lot of people were laying on their back and, like, studying the stars for a hell of a long time. Egypt has done the same thing, Asia, like,
Mhm.
the Chinese have done the same thing. I mean, it's around the world, and to me, that's yet another validation of how we may be separated by oceans, but we're all still human and unified because in the grand scheme of things, we're just a rock in this universe.
Yep.
So,
Oh, we truly are. Wow, that's amazing. But yeah, one day I hope to travel over there and have the blessing of being amongst all that rich history, because I just think it's
yeah,
amazing.
100 I mean,
Oh my
Peru
God.
I mean, come on. I mean, Peru is one of the more, I think, more known, countries too from
Hmm.
a tourism, standpoint. The
Hmm.
highest, sand dune, I mean, that's very, for those again, for the more adventurous tourists, what is it called? Caro Blanco? That's there, but they also have the deepest canyon in the world, the
Yes.
Cotahuasi Canyon? I think it's is it called that?
Cotahuasi.
Is it
Mhm,
Wasi?
Cotahuasi.
Wasi? Okay. Um,
Yes.
and then, I'm trying to read this thing. Carosupe is believed to be the oldest site occupied by humans in the Americas. Okay, that is a site I'd never heard of, and I would love to go check that out. Like,
Me and you, let's go.
Janice has already been talking about if you're gonna put together a trip, she's all for it.
Okay, well, hey, let's make it happen. We're gonna go worldwide. So definitely. Shout out Randy House. I see you in the comments, and I know he's a world traveler too. So I'm sure he'll go. Oh my gosh. Okay, girl. Well, we now have gone back to the Caribbean, el Caribe, con la isla de Puerto Rico. Woo! Oh my gosh, Puerto Rico. Gosh, what can I say? Caribbean. I mean, the spirit, la vibra, la cultura. Ustedes, la gente de Puerto Rico.
It's still
No,
yep.
no estoy diciendo amazing. Just how the energy, the flow, how their drive, girl, after all those hurricanes, well, just they destroy and demolish everything, but the way they uplift again, the way they rise again, it's incomparable. So, mi gente de Puerto Rico, para ustedes también les mando un saludo y un fuerte abrazo y que celebren junto con nosotros, porque todos somos uno. Todos somos los mismos y unidos lo hacemos mejor. Pero celebren con nosotros este mes de la hispanidad, porque ustedes han sido uno de los, diría, de los pioneros también de nuestra cultura, para que nuestra cultura se escuche aquí en este país y en el mundo entero. The beautiful beaches, comenzando con las playas. Never been. I told myself that next year I'm going. So, mi gente de Puerto Rico, voy para allá el año que viene, mejor dicho. But yes, beautiful beaches, the rainforest, the fauna, the animals, just everything that they have there is so unique and just rich. Even though it's a tiny, tiny little spot of earth, I mean, they're just so rich in that. Like, they make it up with the vivaciousness of their energy, their culture. La música,
Mm.
gosh, you talk about salsa, another of the pioneers of salsa, along with Cuba. But reggaeton, gosh, who hasn't heard of reggaeton? Where have you been? It's international.
Oh,
It really
it's
is.
I didn't know reggaeton was Puerto Rico. Puerto
Yeah,
Rico.
it's reggaeton. Mm-hmm.
Side note on Puerto Rico is that it is a territory of the United States. And,
Yeah.
so they do have dollar
Mhm.
bills, and, again, it is very again, not going politics, not going politics.
You've been saying that like five
Oh,
times
because I'm telling you that
already.
to myself, not going politics, but I love the fact that it's still its own unique, country. As far as I'm concerned, it's a country. Culturally,
Yes.
I think, the territory is just a made up nation state politics thing, so I love that there's so much heritage there, so, yeah, I gotta say,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
Lake Titicaca is in, Mexico, yeah, Bez?
Oh,
I'm pretty
God, I
sure it
wouldn't
is.
know.
Side note, so, okay, I'm gonna try to say it, Casangia Svalina.
Senilla. I think the K is
Sania, oh,
silent.
Sania is a beautiful name. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We had Japanese Heritage Peru president, that's right. Here you are. Yep,
Oh.
yep, yep, yep.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Another fun, now that you mentioned fun factoid, as you said, Puerto Rico, they use the dollar currency. El Salvador does too. And they switched back in 2002. Yeah, well, 2002. I remember because I traveled back and they were the first one in Central America to have it until they have it now. And they also have crypto now. So
Uh,
they accept crypto as well as a national currency. But yeah, so that was
I
side thing.
I
But
got educated, Update. Thank you, Bez. Lake Titicaca is in Peru. What big lake is in, Mexico then?
I don't know. Now you're going too deep.
I know.
No, but yeah, we'll learn, and we'll get all these questions afterwards. So, but yes, Puerto Rico, man, la isla del encanto. Ustedes son tan lindos. A mí me encanta literalmente la vibra de ustedes y la energía. Me recuerdan mucho a los dominicanos, pero yo sé que no les gusta comparar. They also have that Dominican, rivalry with Puerto Rico. So, but yeah.
And
Okay,
you're
next.
right.
Uh, yeah, you just like saying it.
Hey, there's no shame in my game. You called me out.
Titicaca.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
okay,
interesting.
how do you say this
Mhm.
properly? Uruguay? Uruguay.
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 Uruguay. Yes. Yeah, and see, you don't have to roll the R.
Uruguay.
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 Yes.
Okay, so
Yes. Tell me
it's
about
the
it.
second smallest South American country, and, I did not know it is name comes from the river of the painted birds, and,
Mm,
Uruguay is, I guess, all in the mountains because it's the entirely outside of the tropics. So it's one of those,
mhm,
more, it's not hot there, let's put it that way, and,
mhm,
one of the interesting facts there about the fact that it's, the river of painted birds or the name itself, let me pull up again 'cause, um, I'm sorry, Uruguay is in the, below the tropical zone. So it has 4
mhm,
seasons, and the seasons are opposite. So summer is December. So it's just like, the southern hemisphere folks. There are more sheep in Uruguay than humans.
The humans, yes. Yes. That was one of the fun things that I learned about it. I was like, "Wow, I didn't realize, this yeah, just all that
And
flock." I guess it would be
yeah,
flock
exactly.
of
And
sheep,
yeah, exactly. And
herd.
here's the other thing. They're very well educated because Uruguay was the first country in the world to implement a one laptop per child program.
Mm, look at that. I love that.
Yep.
It's quite an effort. I mean, it speaks volumes to, to they value education a lot. So I
You
applaud
guys,
that.
that's
Wow,
that's hold
Uruguay.
on, that's 395,000 children.
Wow.
So,
Yeah, that's
shout out
amazing. That's
Uruguay.
super amazing.
Uruguay. I don't know why I wanna say the R, darn it. Okay, so my apologies on
Mhm.
that. Uh, Venezuela
Yeah.
has no Rs. Thank you. Thank you.
Venezuela, mi gente de Venezuela, felicidades también para ustedes en este mes que estamos haciendo una celebración de nuestras raíces y nuestra cultura. Me encanta, me encanta. My goodness. Okay, first thing that comes to mind when you think of Venezuela, what is it?
Beautiful women.
Sia.
Just gonna say it,
Las reinas, ¿no? Las misses del mundo. Miss Universe and
right?
all that stuff, right? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, Venezuela and Colombia are right
Yep.
there,
I mean, they're only
in competition.
Venezuela is only second to the United States, and if you think about the population and density and everything, like, Venezuela has a higher percentage. I mean, everyone look, there's no denying, like, there's just beautiful humans around the world, but something about
Mhm.
South America, the universe seems to like, at least that contest.
Yes, no, 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 for real. I mean, I just think it's amazing. It's amazing. Venezuela for me, I think of arepas. I think, just like the whole rice and how they do the paella. Like, is it paella? Yeah, paella. I'm just making sure that I'm saying this right. But it's the people are so nice. I know they've been going through some things. We're not gonna get into that, right? But other than that, like their people are just amazing. I've met so many Venezuelans here. Here, actually, we have outside of Houston in Katy. They call it Katy Suela, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but they've managed to form a whole huge community of Venezuelans that's called Katy Suela. So I just think it's cool.
So, okay, two big thing. I'm an adventurist at heart, but my body is lazy. So, there is one place that I absolutely when we're gonna do our, world tour in Venezuela, there's a lake, and it is known for, it's called Lake Maracaibo, and it's the most
Maracaibo.
it is
Mhm.
known for its lightning activity. I think outside of, like, maybe 60 days out of the year, uh, it's always lightning out there. And they're not quite
Yes.
sure, like, there's, like, still studies going on, but yeah, apparently it has, like, nightly lightning shows for everybody. Now, do I want to get struck by lightning? No, but that'd be a beautiful show, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'm afraid of like lightning and all that. So you won't find me there, girl.
Oh, no. No, no.
but
You'll enjoy it, darn
but
it, because you know why? Also there is, Angel Falls.
yes. Okay, yeah, there's that I could definitely do. Haven't had the pleasure of traveling either to Venezuela, so I'm hoping that maybe in a few years we could do a South American tour. See, what you think?
Oh, I'm in. Dude, look, no two ways about it, guys. So if you guys wanna kindly send donations our way, we will proudly, happily travel on your behalf, and we will make good usage of all fundings that you send our way. Kindly
Yes,
sponsor our
absolutely.
world trip. Oh my god, could you imagine if we did a world trip together? And Janice, I know you're gonna be jumping in on that mix. I know you are. We've already talked about it.
Yeah, no.
You know who else I know would be in on that trip? Claudia.
Uh-huh.
Claudia would be
Yes.
so in for that. She'd be our
Yes.
Colombian,
Yes.
tour guide.
Tour guide. I think so too. But okay. La madre patria, España. España. I can't do this. They don't do S like they
Oh,
do that.
the oh, yeah, oh, the face that
That's
they
yeah.
yeah.
Yes, I mean that in the most endearing way, y'all. So come down. So, but yeah, España. So the difference between Hispanic and Latinos. Do we know the difference of that? Because a lot of people are like, "Well, isn't it the same?" And blah, blah. Okay, Hispanic is Spanish speaking descendancy, so it's from a country that speaks Spanish, right? And Latino, it doesn't necessarily have to be. It's more geographical, right? You're in Latin America, hence Brazil, right? Hence Haiti, hence Spain, where they're really not they're where I would say Spain, yes, because it's Spanish, but Brazil and Haiti is because of their Portuguese and has slash French,
Yes.
right, background, but they're still considered to be Latinos. Hispanic is from Spanish speaking countries. Latino is more um, geographically located, right?
I
So
wanted
smack
think you
dab.
know, I should have asked you that question from the jump.
It's okay. It's okay. I know people really they trip over that because they think it's the same and it's not the same. So for me, I do consider myself Latina, right? Because I'm from Latin America, but I'm also Hispanic because I'm from a Spanish speaking country, El Salvador. So the Brazilians are not considered Hispanics because they don't speak Spanish. Their main, native language, official language is Portuguese, but they are Latin American because they're in Latino America. So many individuals don't really understand that part, but I think it's pretty cool, right? That we're able to embrace one another, even though we may not have the same language. Ellis, oh, look at you, baby. How is it doing?
This might be his last weekend, but it's okay.
No, don't say that.
He's 16,
Sending you,
everyone, and like us, our body parts are starting to fail. So I'm holding.
and he
He's
wants.
annoying me right now.
No, he's not annoying. He's wanting mommy love. I know we've gone over time, but we're almost done,
We're
y'all.
almost.
Ellis, I love you,
Yeah,
baby.
of course, of all the people that are like, asking us how long we're gonna be, freaking our lovely good friend Mike. Are there 40 more countries to highlight? I think that's what he's commenting on.
No, we got one more, and I think it's a very
I think
important
we've
one.
got one more. Oh, there we go. There's this question. Do we still have 40 more countries to showcase? Okay, yeah, okay. First off, young man, had you been educated, you would know how many Hispanic and Latin American countries are out there that we're celebrating. Google, my friend.
Yeah.
So
Yes, I
on
know.
that,
Okay, well, on that, the last one, and I think it's a very important one too. Wouldn't you say?
hold on. Woohoo! And the
Uh,
home of the brave. Okay.
So United States, I wrote a poem actually like this week. I was very inspired by that, by everything that I've lived for the last 30 years, coming to this country, to the United States. And I'm probably going to publish it sometime later today, and share it with the world. But United States, it's home to so many of us. It has given us the opportunity to dream and dream big, to go out there and really seize the moment, seize opportunities, endless, boundless opportunities. To those who really want to, this land is a land of opportunities. And my parents lived out their dreams. They've passed it down to me. And so for that, I think that the United States really does live to that. It says, todos somos uno. We are one. And I know people may have different opinions, but for me, that's why I always wear, the this right here that basically is saying, to my left, I'm always close to my heart. I'm always going to have El Salvador, but the United States has been always by my side. So, before getting emotional, I would say, see, I gave us some of the facts of why the United States is included.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm messing around here because I'm a little bit further away from the mic because I'm holding a baby. No, you actually said you already said it. It did start off as a 1 week celebration, right? And in 1988, that was under LBJ, so Lyndon Baines Johnson, our president in the 60s, late 68, and then
60.
in 19. I'm so far away. I don't have my glasses on, peeps. But we 1988, I think it was, where we made it a month-long celebration. But here's the thing:
Yep.
1 in 5 people in the United States identifies as Hispanic. Okay, that's 20%
Yes.
of the population. That is not a small number, and that's something to be absolutely proud of because we're all connected, right?
Yes.
From I don't know, what do you wanna call it? Canada all the way down, we're all Americas, right? And I think people tend to forget about that. We are the Americas. We are the Western Hemisphere, and that's what all brings us together and unites us, and that's why we're so excited about this whole, month. Another thing, could you help us understand 'cause the significance? Because when you told me, "Hey, see, the Hispanic Heritage Month is coming," and it was September 1st, and I think we had another show, and I go, "Girl, where's our Hispanic Heritage celebration?" And you said, "No, no, no, it's starting September 15th, and it goes on to October 15th." Would you mind explaining that for
Yes.
me?
Yeah, no, no problem. So basically, what happened is 5 countries, right, which is the Central American countries, they all celebrated at once on September 15th. But because others like Mexico celebrates it today, September the 16th, and Chile is on the 18th, and so far and so forth, there's so many countries, claim independence like after right after that. So they're like, okay, let's just do it a whole month and just celebrate all of them. So that's why it was extended, but it kicks off with the five, that they're in Central America: Nicaragua, Guatemala, El Salvador, Costa Rica, etc. Right? So, but yeah, that's why we celebrated for a whole month. Otherwise, we would just have all these different days, random days yeah, no, they're like, let's just lump them all, have a month-long celebration of all the individuals who are proud. And yeah, I think it's fantastic. I think I commend, for President Reagan doing that, because it's amazing. We get our own month of the year to do
I
this.
mean, look, if you can have a party that lasts a month long, I mean, who's gonna say no to that, guys? Who's gonna say no to that kind of celebration?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But yeah, no, man. United States, like I said, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to be able to express ourselves and celebrate what makes us unique, what makes us us, and just really live out our energies, our vibes, our just our how proud. Like I always say, I will always be proud of my heritage and where I am, mi pulgarcito de América. I will always carry it in my heart. All right, even though I'm not living there right now, but who's to say when I retire, I want to go back out there and do my thing, just like you, Sia. Maybe we'll be neighbors. Maybe you'll be in Nicaragua or
Hey,
Guatemala, and I'll be back in El Salvador.
hey, El Salvador is, like, on the map too, man. Let me tell you, it's we're not, we haven't
Yeah.
closed our map, let's put it that way.
Yeah, yeah, no, but for real, like to me, like I said, El Salvador has given me, it gave me life, but the United States has kept my dream alive. So, I will definitely say thank you so much to all the opportunities that have been giving me. Just they gave my parents the opportunities and the hope. So, I ask people, what does Hispanic Heritage Month mean for you? What does it signify? And many people have different definitions based on where they're from, and whether they're directly first generation, second generation, third generation, but it means different things to everyone. But to me, it is hope. To me, it means hope. To me, it means keeping the dream alive, knowing that as long as I have breath in my lungs, I can accomplish so many things that I can give back to the world. So, um, yeah, before I get emotional anymore, I just want to give a shout out again to the people here in Houston yesterday: Adrian Leal, the Cup of Joey Sanchez, for putting together this amazing, amazing event yesterday. And I'll be sharing the pictures with that later. But also, we literally have a Tejano Tech, the second summit next month, which we're also celebrating, and we're culminating on October 14th with the celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month. So shout out to Jesse Martinez for putting it together, and so many other countless amazing individuals here in Houston putting it together. And y'all be seeing it. Y'all be following me through the everything that I'll be doing this month. So, oh my gosh, I'm like so excited. I really am, but I'm also tired. Sia, I need parting words.
You know what? I just wanna say one thing, and that's, always appreciate your fellow neighbors. We're all in this together on this, like I say, we're on a little rock in the universe. These types of months and celebrations, the time it took us to just look up some interesting facts of these countries that we've never
Yes.
been, ever thought about visiting, there's still humans there. And we all want
Yeah.
love. We all want peace. We all want to just see our children grow up happy, healthy, and our next generation after that. So that's my parting words is while we're celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month, I'm also just excited to share that, for me, my perspective is I celebrate you. You guys are not
Mhm.
of my culture, but at the same time, you are of my people. So that's my parting words.
I love that. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. And that's so true. So at the end of the day, I hope you learned something from this, but if you did not, I encourage you to go out there and connect, celebrate one another, our unique aspects are just our unique essence, right? Because we have something to contribute to the world. Never feel left out. But my gosh, to the end, I want to say thank you so much to the audience. I appreciate you. I love you. And check back with us next weekend. We're going to have our first panelist. We're going to have a completely all Spanish show. Para mi gente latina, muchísimas gracias por quedarse aquí y apoyarme en todo lo que estamos haciendo, todos los proyectos, ¿ok? Entonces los quiero mucho. Nos vemos la próxima semana. Tenemos una panelista hermosísima, hermosísima, Adriana. Nos va a estar diciendo muchísimas cosas sobre su carrera y todo lo que tiene que estar haciendo, lo que hace y básicamente cómo ayuda al mundo. Así es que los quiero muchísimo. Gracias. Thank you guys. And y'all have a fantastic, fantastic rest of your Saturday and weekend. I love you guys. Till next time. Thanks for joining us, and I hope our chat inspired you to make a new connection. Please like and subscribe, and let's build a great community in our little corner where we get serious business done by injecting fun. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, come back to Raquel's Connection Corner.